So we started by partnering with the Condominium Management Regulatory Authority of Ontario, or CMREO. And CMREO is a nonprofit regulatory organization who, among other things, is now responsible for setting the educational requirements for licensing condo managers in Ontario. And so our partnership with them ran over the course of 5 months. So we started from April to September last year. And really our work was divided into two main phases, an analysis and then a design phase. And so CMREO started by defining a set of 79 competencies for condo managers in Ontario. And that was really our goal, was to work with them to propose curricula that would meet all of those 79 competencies, rethink the educational requirements for condo managers in Ontario to really hit their new goal of those 79 competencies. So we started working together with our CMREO project team. We started with a kickoff meeting to really make sure we were aligned on our plan, our timelines, and to make sure that we shared the same goal. And then we had to do our research. We had to do some background work. We did an analysis of all the current course materials, a survey of all publicly available information on related courses in other provinces, just to kind of understand what was out there, where we were kind of starting from. And then we moved into doing some interviews, a series of interviews with our subject matter expert advisory group. And so this group was made up of condo managers, directors, accountants, lawyers, basically people with a broad range of experience in condo management in Ontario. And that group was assembled by CMREO. And really our main goal with interviewing that group of 8, was really understanding what competencies out of those 79 that CMREO had defined, which of them are the most critical to address, and really what makes them challenging, and understanding where condo managers found those challenges. That was the information that we needed to allow us to make an informed design later on, right? If we understand the challenge, that allows us to propose educational experiences that will help address those challenges. And then after our interviews with our subject matter experts, we conducted an online survey to all active registered condo managers across Ontario, and we got 279 responses. So it was a response rate of about 17%. And really the purpose of that survey was to understand where condo managers in their own view found certain things challenging when they first started, or where they might have needed more support. And so our idea there was to hear from people representing our ultimate learners, our target audience, to understand, where are they finding particular challenges? We had a mix of multiple choice and kind of open text questions as well to really understand that. So we took all of that data, we took all of our information from our interviews, summarized it, came up with some design principles, some key takeaways from that we wanted to implement in our curriculum design later on. And then we reviewed all of that with the CMREO team to say, hey, this is what we heard. This is kind of the direction that we're thinking of moving in. Does that sound right to you? Does that still sound like we're heading in the right direction for your goals? Got confirmation on that. And then really we moved heavy into our design phase, which was started by defining our overall roadmap for our curriculum approach. And so we had a vision for that based on our design principles that came out of our interviews, our survey results. We reviewed that broad roadmap with our CMREO project team. We brought back our subject matter expert advisory group, reviewed it with them, got their feedback. And then we also involved another group, a larger group of 20. This was an advisory board, again, assembled by CMREO for us to work with. And again, that advisory board, similar kind of background to the subject matter expert group, condo managers, directors, people with experience from sort of the accounting and legal side as well. And then a third group that we reviewed our initial designs with as well, was a group of 5 representatives from associations, college members, people who have been involved in developing the courses previously, to give us that sort of logistics feasibility kind of feedback right on our curriculum design. And then basically once we got everyone on board and happy with the way that roadmap was looking, the high-level roadmap, we moved to develop what we called course blueprints, which is really, sort of similar to a content outline, but really now getting specific for all of the courses that we proposed, right? What are our specific learning objectives? What are our specific design approaches? What are our topics? What are the competencies addressed in each kind of section of the course? And then again, we went through our large review process, reviewing it first with our CMREO core team, our subject matter experts, our advisory board as well, giving them all a couple of weeks to review the material, and then having a large meeting with everyone so that we could get sort of consensus and consolidated feedback, and also for us to ask any sort of clarification questions on any of the feedback that we got. We revised everything, had multiple drafts, and then summarized everything, our process, our design principles, a summary of the data from our interviews and surveys, and a final report. And that's all been published on the CMREO website. So I think what makes our work with CMREO award worthy really starts with the fact that we heard the challenges from our subject matter experts and our target audience firsthand and made specific recommendations to address those. I'm just going to start again because I stumbled on recommendation.
Yep. Just take a pause to allow us a clean cut, and yeah.
Perfect. So what makes our work with CMREO award worthy, I think, really starts with the fact that we heard the challenges from our subject matter experts and our target audience firsthand and made specific recommendations to address those. Really, the main themes that we heard in our interviews and in our surveys was a need for more practice, really hearing about the sort of challenge in maintaining relationships for condo managers and trying to find compromises between the board of directors, the residents, the contractors, other employees, and the ways that we took that information into our design. So first of all, we proposed a brand new relationship building course to address that, relationships are really at the heart of what condo managers do and that they need support with that. We started by proposing a mandatory introduction course to clearly communicate the expectations of what it means to be a condo manager. We start off that course with a self-assessment and a personal development plan, drawing on our knowledge that people come into condominium management with a variety of backgrounds and wanting to make a way for their education to be customized to their kind of background, their work experience, their education experience. Just the scope of the work as well. We proposed 6 courses. They're approximately 15 to 30 hours each. It's just sort of an impressive amount of work, of design work. And really to get at that need for more opportunities for practice, we proposed a sort of an innovative and interesting flipped classroom approach where our learners are spending some upfront time in a self-directed portion, learning independently, getting all the background knowledge. And then the second half of all the courses is entirely instructor-led and is entirely application-focused, giving time for those small group activities, case studies, scenarios, things like that. And running across all 6 of those courses, we integrated a holistic capstone project to allow our learners to practice the thing that we heard that was the single most challenging component of being a condo manager, putting together an annual operating plan, really sort of hard piece of work that really brings together everything that they do in that role. That's our sort of conclusion to the final course. And then really using that survey to hear directly from our learners to balance a sort of top-down approach in terms of driving the design and still kind of keeping our approaches learner-centric from hearing from them directly. So first of all, I need to thank our core CMREO team. Ali, I'll try it again.
Not a problem.
So first of all, I'd like to thank our core CMREO team, Ali Arlani, the CEO of CMREO, for being a great co-designer, thoughtfully pushing our approaches and designs even further, Sandy Vizelli, the Deputy Registrar for CMREO, and Angela Kapasouris, the Learning Specialist at CMREO, for really providing detailed comments and reviews on all our material, and as well Angela for being our project manager, keeping us all on track and organized. And then as well, I have to thank our group of 8 subject matter experts for their generous time in our review meetings and reviewing all of our work. Our 20-person advisory board for the same thing, taking a lot of time to review our material, providing feedback. The group of 5 from our association and college members. The full names of all of those people you can see on the CMREO website, where the full report and course blueprints are published. And then as well, I have to thank my colleagues on the project, Ellie Whittles, our instructional designer, and Jessica Knox, Metrix's CEO, for helping guide us through all of our difficult design decisions.